What's up, Shinners? Welcome back to the Shin Dig podcast. It's me, Mr. Tom Hutley.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Matty P. I'm definitely not as energetic today. Where's my hat? Oh,
Your hat.
My hair is exposed. You've had a nice haircut, Tom.
Yeah, all fresh, ready for this podcast. Basically,
is it a podcast?
Yeah, it is a podcast.
Okay.
It's going out as a pod. This is
Okay.
an intervention. We were sitting there doing nothing. I'm like, bro, we live in the same house.
I know.
Let's do a trials podcast. Let's give the people what they want.
Hopefully, when this comes out, we would have done France.
Yes, yeah, depending on when this comes out, the third World Cup of the calendar. So we've already done Poland this year. You might have seen Matt and I's. Yeah, that's correct. No.
I don't know. Sorry.
Our live stream of that, and hopefully we can do the same thing in France. We haven't actually got permission yet. We're just going to turn up and.
Do we need permission?
Well, hopefully you'd have seen it by now because this would have already been out by then. And there's the final round 4, which we have got permission for on that one. So we will be able to stream the last World Cup as well. So that's coming up. Obviously, hopefully like to go to Abu Dhabi later this year for the World Championships.
We'd like to go.
Give them a nudge.
I think people would like to see us there. I'm just checking.
So that's kind of our update on World Cups. Obviously, a big congrats to Mr. Charlie Rolls in Poland, scoring his first ever gold. He's popped his gold virginity.
Wow. Yes, definitely. Took him some time, but it was much more worth it, I think. The fact that they've done it now.
Yeah, that was so just incredible to watch. I mean, it was a bit difficult for me being behind the camera because I'm looking at it through the lens, and it's not the same usual buzz and excitement I get when I'm actually there watching it. I'm trying to compose the shot, making sure people can see it.
Yeah, that's so true actually, because I can see your concentration when you're filming that, being really focusing on where the shot is, who you're capturing, what the move is.
It was so bright there. So I've got the gimbal, obviously the phone on the gimbal is extended, and it's so bright. I'm sort of having to sort of squint to see what's on screen. I might try and fix it. The issue is you can't put a shroud around it because it's on a gimbal, and obviously the gimbal's stabilizing it. So you put a shroud on it that impairs the ability to do that. But yeah, as a result, I'm just more focused on getting the actual shot itself, and then you can't, see the.
It's hard to engage and enjoy it. Obviously, it was very easy for me. I'm in there, could basically reach out and touch the rider if I wanted to. Had to stop myself. So it's much easier for me to get in the kind of vibe and excitement of it. So maybe we need a cameraman.
Yeah, we are. That's kind of something we want to progress to, is actually have an extra kind of pair of hands, really, because we do want to make it a bit more of a live setup so we can have the scores going on screen. I think our aim is that anyone, an absolute layperson who doesn't understand trials, should be able to watch the live stream from start to finish and have a clear concept of what is going on, what the rules are, how the sport works, what the scoring system is.
Yeah. And perhaps we need to implement areas where we'll imagining, because we're obviously creating content for viewers we know.
Yeah.
This person watching me, knows us quite well, etc. Knows the sport, should I say. So maybe we could be our next goal is to try to create more of a viewership for people who have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Which is something that we can work on. And we want your guys' feedback.
Yeah, the whole community as well, though. This is a community thing. The reason why we do it is to get the sport out there. If you listen to this podcast right now, you presumably love trials as much as we do. So if you have any suggestions, feedback, any ways that you can add to what we did in Poland and our production values, contacts, anything, then just reach out, because it all helps the community at the end of the day.
And if people want to help us out, it might be that you just don't want to just support us in that way. Maybe you want to get involved.
Yeah.
So we are looking to try and expand and get more people involved. And we're currently working on a proposal right now for the UCI. By the time this goes out, who knows? Maybe I'll pull my finger out and have it out tomorrow.
Yeah. So.
We are working on a proposal very tightly with Nina Reichenbach, who's supporting us. She is going to present the proposal of. Perhaps I should tell them what the proposal is.
Well, just obviously the live stream, but we're working on it.
Yes, there's something in the works, and we've called it enhancing media coverage in trials, which
much like we used to have. Well, I was speaking with Alex Pekaker at Poland, and he told me that apparently it used to be within the UCI rules and literature that they had to put on a live stream. But obviously, I think what happened was that the live stream started getting so expensive, they kind of scrapped them because He just got a bit out of hand, presumably.
Yeah, well, they didn't. The costs, from what I understood, was obviously if that's what you have to have. Well, there's the process, should we say, for the live stream was a lot of older equipment, a bit of an older process, and that hadn't updated.
Yeah.
So it was very quick for them to just say no live stream. But I think we're going to bring about to the UCI why it's important and why it's probably one of the only things to focus on to elevate the sport's reach.
Yeah, with technology more
coverage.
and more available. We've both got a production sort of background. It's kind of a match made in heaven, really.
Also,
So. Yeah, we're just going to talk like on merch front. We can move off of the live stream. Yeah, so we saw these at Poland as well. These wonderful hashtag tops.
Shall I do like a proper
Yeah, go for it. So they've got the hashtag logo on the front. They literally just arrived today. Thank you, Vincent, for sending that on through. You can obviously purchase those from hashtag, the hashtag website. I'm not too sure what the exact URL is. But, we bought our own ones because we saw Charlie Rolls repping them. We thought we were going to have to have them.
And it's amazing colour. It's kind of this like off-whitey... I don't know what they officially call it. Is it off-white? I think it is. Yeah. Really nicely...
he's a stylish guy, Vincent, isn't he?
Well, Vincent did say a shout out to Perrin, who did design them.
Oh, there we go then.
So there's a kind of a nice touch, and the colours are really great. So I just wanted to make sure we give hashtag a shout out there.
So that's that on the merch front. What about the UK trial scene? What's been going on? We went to Derbyshire for Shedfest, didn't we?
Yes, that was last week.
A lot of riders got injured from that week.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of some highlights. Oh, we created a really old school TGS. Oh, sorry, Sergi.
Yeah.
Brought some really old school TGS video from Charlie on a zoo.
Yeah, that's mad.
That's on our Instagram. Now, real nostalgic moments. I did feel the rest of that week, we started to see people post old pictures. I was seeing TRA post up some old clips.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
I was thinking earlier, I saw TRA out on a bike. I'm like, why is Damon not out on a bike? You know what I mean? Like TRA is a bit of a beast. He was like a powerful rider. I know Damon was obviously more powerful than the bikes, but surely if TRA can do it, Damon can do it.
It's true, and it did make me laugh when I saw the clip of Thomas TRA being like, "Oh, he's on the 24 again." No, it was his 26. Just because I forget how big he is.
Yeah, big old dude.
Shredfest, some exciting stuff on the old.
Who else bailed there? I mean, obviously I had my little fall off, and I'm still a bit broken.
You haven't ridden. That was my good excuse to not ride yesterday.
We had
Ollie
Sergi. Had that savage cat crash as well, didn't he? Where he smashed his face into the rock and it was like the peak of his helmet that saved him.
Almost have some sort of northern
nose job.
Northern nose job. I was trying to think along those lines. When you watch the video back, I think it was Mind Control that posted and we're tagged.
Oh, it's brutal. He's doing a rolling gap on a
log
telegraph pole. Turned over.
Same thing.
Goes to do a rolling gap off it. Rear wheel slips, and then obviously when that happens, it's just straight over the bars, and there's just a rock in front of him.
Obviously, I saw it in real life and thought like, oh, God, that sounded nasty. It looks so much worse on video.
Yeah, because you get the behind angle and you just see his face. It's kind of like when someone gets punched in a film. You know, like those slapstick sort of punches.
That's a very good analogy. Yeah, very much so. Obviously, looks a lot worse. It doesn't sound great. And he's just got like this little graze on his chin. But yeah, Shredfest, which I think is probably going to be an annual thing from what I heard from Shreddy Eddie.
Yeah.
As we call him. So I hope that to be right. Ed, do you want to comment below? Maybe let us know.
The last series of the South Coast Trial, I think, would have happened by the time this goes out. That's the same weekend as the third round World Cup in France. So that's probably already happened. So big thanks to all of those who attended that series this year.
Yeah.
There was also another trial series that happened in the UK as well that Wayne started. Didn't he? Another...
Yes, the 3-county trial series. I think, Wayne, I apologise. I'm just going to get the real answer so we get the info. But there'll be another series. I mean, you can't have too many competitions, let's be honest. We should be having weekly stuff.
So hopefully that is pushing the progression of the UK trial scene. Other ones you've got the World Cup at the end of the year, as we said, the Abu Dhabi World Championships in December.
Yes.
There's also in the UK a national round at the beginning of October, I believe. I can't remember where it said.
We might be giving some engagement opportunities here for people to correct us.
Yeah, round 4, National Trials Cup, 6th of October. It's on the bike trial file Bike Trial Federation website. We'll just find out exactly where.
Because
it doesn't say, so I don't know. Someone will know. Someone will put it in the comments down below if we've got comments down below.
Yeah, I've got some dates here too that we share with Callum and Charlie. Excuse me, often updating me. So in terms of actual in date, the 12th, 16th, that's next week.
Oh, of course, the Europeans at the end of the month.
European Championship.
End of September, 26th to the 30th of September.
The UEC.
Yep. Andre's making an appearance for that, so I hear.
He is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even checked. I haven't even checked if we've booked anything to go ourselves, have we, Tom?
If I go, that'll be the third time I go to France this month.
I'm already going. Do you know what's happening for me this week? I'm going to France on Friday to come home and fly to France with you. I haven't told you that yet.
That's the dedication you have for this sport.
Just lost.
You might as well be speaking French. Is that why Angeline was here?
Yeah, that's actually so true. And the Clean Experience is actually Clean Experience C1, 3rd to the 7th of October.
Nice.
So
where's that held, do you know?
Tell us below. No, it's got to be in Spain.
Cool.
I've just got some dates up that are on my phone. You sort of throw something else out there in terms of like events, but that's all that's probably up and coming.
Did I catch rumour or wind that in October Mr. Josh Leech is going to have a range of trials products available?
That is also true. Jaff Bikes are back. Shout out to Mr. Joshua Leech, the metal manipulator, and now I guess also a printer. I need to come up with a better.
Yeah, he. If you guys don't know him, he's basically kept the whole trials scene alive in the UK by physically repairing everyone's bikes whenever something goes wrong. He is like those shows you get on the Discovery Channel where it's like, oh, this is the guy with the welder, and like it all just goes through Josh, basically.
Yeah, he's like the Guy Martin of trials, isn't he? Because he actually rides as well as like fit stuff. That's the first time I've used that analogy. Probably just as nice as well. Like
the Adam Savage of.
Yeah, so if you haven't already, we'll add. But if you search Josh.Leech. One on Instagram, you'll be able to find his page and the products that he's going to be releasing. There's a bit of a showcase video there.
Awesome stuff like tensioners for the clean. He's got like stem covers, so when you get the
I don't know if it's officially called this, but the stem dom.
The stem dom. Basically with the bolts that stick out on the side of like a Kruger stem that dig you in the knees or whatever. Yeah. Like them that covers that up. Loads of genius kind of, trials products really. So definitely check those out when they come available. Yeah, I think that's Tarty Bikes that are going to be the distributor of those.
Again, we are very qualified to be giving you this information, but the answers will be. You guys can tell us in the comments as well, just to confirm. But also,
what else is new in the way of products? Anything cool happening in the trial scene?
No, I need to get my bike fixed by Josh though.
Yeah,
so I've got a nice crack on my frame. Riding so hard at Ed's, wow. In terms of like actual new frames and bikes, I don't know how much.
I've seen a few people got new paint jobs and stuff like that. I did see Julian Signs has got a new paint job, but nothing new in terms of actual products. I guess maybe that might be a next year thing, perhaps.
Yeah, you think about now is where a lot of new products come out. The new iPhone came out today, but I guess it's probably a bad time to bring out new products if that's the case. What's in other news here? One of our own in-house sponsored riders, James Nershaw, has made it up to a new sponsor. He's joined the Tarty Bikes team.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
What a lad.
So that's me. So shout out to our youngster on the team, James Nershaw, who's now a Tarty Bikes.
I feel that's a rite of passage. I think that's kind of like a standard or level of like how good a rider is within the UK, I guess, to be sponsored by Tarty Bikes.
I mean, that was what everyone wanted, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, but you had to get like to a certain level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Adam Morworth, Tom Rankin. Was Steve ever sponsored by Tarty? I don't know if he was.
Was he?
I don't know. No, I might have just made that up.
Ben and Charlie might not know either.
Rankin
I wonder if Adam will listen to this. Who knows?
Bessel was, I think.
Yeah, I remember Adam Bessel. Joe Marr was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Joe.
Classic Tarty Bikes rides. Can you name any other Tarty Bike sponsored riders?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, there's probably a bit. Neil was too. Tony?
Presumably, yeah.
Neil T? Or he maybe just wore the T-shirt because he loved it. Yeah, that's a good one. Let us know. I wonder if everyone can get
what a
every
blast
name.
from the past. If not, you have to go on the Internet Wayback Machine website.
Yeah, which is quite a good segue into some other stuff.
Joe Baxter.
Joe Baxter. Yeah. Well, I'm still my idol. I bumped into him in the street the other day, actually. It's funny. That's a whole different story.
So that was us down memory lane of the UK trial scene, if you're
well,
listening from
segueing
abroad.
to that, as you've mentioned, I am trying to bring a new kind of element to our channel where at least every couple of weeks we'll kind of bring an old video to light on the channel. I'm calling it the Shin Dig Archives. It's something we had going before. For those that didn't know, probably 10, 12 years ago, I used to make quite a lot of videos when I was younger. A lot of them not of me or of my best friend James Brown, formerly James Davies, where a lot of the videos were muted, taken off YouTube.
Yeah, and I think it's quite important because some of them were like, there was that era with Trials Forum where there was lots of different places where it was hosted because YouTube wasn't really a thing back then. So you had the tv.isg website.
Well, I used Vimeo.
And then Vimeo later on. But because Vimeo's not like as popular now. So I've re-downloaded mine from Vimeo, so maybe they'll go up onto the Shindig. And it'd just be good to have an archive of some of these classic videos and, you know, just the editing styles, what the style of riding was like at the time, the kind of frames that were being ridden at the time. Because it's always good to watch an old video. Even my own, I'm like, oh yeah, the Onza Limey 320, yeah.
When I watched yours the other day, being like, screw watching Charlie, this is way more inspiring.
Yeah.
So we are going to try and reignite some of the old content that a lot of our followers may not have seen, and a lot of our other followers, when I release them, probably don't even know that we've ridden for that long, being like, what makes them qualified? Well, we've been doing videos for a very long time. Tom's actually got a degree in film and production. I have a degree in audio production.
Well, one of the videos I went back and had a look at, like, I didn't realise there was a time in my life when I didn't know how to colour grade. I learnt it at university, and one of the first projects I did colour grading on was a video of me riding in Hatfield, outside the Galleria,
So keep an eye out for some oldies, and if you've got some recommendations, some old ones, obviously we need to have permission for whoever owned it beforehand if they're happy for us to repost it, or even something that got taken down. Because what I'm trying to do is bring back these videos with maybe a different type of music so that YouTube can't take it down for us. Because that's what we used to do. Was, you know, it was all about the songs.
Oh, massively.
So much so.
And you had to be really quite careful to not pick a song that had been used in someone else's video. It's like,
Yes, there's definitely been a few of those. I can't name them.
There was a
right
couple
now.
that, copied. Like, they didn't, might have just been organically, like, whatever the music was at the time, they made a video at the same time as someone else. Like, I know Frontier Psychiatrist Steve used, but it was also in a Billix video.
Yes.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that song as well.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So,
back.
so that'd be something cool to do. The other thing we'd like to hear from you from is also topics that we can riff on this podcast. Because I've managed to pull Matt out of some sort of a coma to do this podcast today, just with the idea of just having a nice, organic, open conversation about trials, where we're at with it, and maybe walking down a little bit of memory lane. But perhaps we need like a conversation of all that old trials.
Yeah,
goodness.
and what what I'm slowly realising, that it isn't always about the guests. I know that this is about creating conversation, and I've put too much of a constraint on myself to try and make it better than it can be or should be, and I've been disheartened about trying it, thinking like no one's going to listen to this. Well, you're listening right now, so help us bring some of these topics that you want us to talk about. Because this is about getting you guys involved, really. We can have a guest doing that, but like, tell us in the comments.
Yeah, maybe we'll do one a little bit more regularly, because I'm thinking as well that we even did Bentonville, and I don't know how much sort of coverage or how much we shared of that Bentonville Bike Fest. There was a few like little teasers that went out that I know that
definitely need more debriefs, like what's going on in trials. And like you said a minute ago, Tom, we've tried something here like so simple, completely different to our normal podcast setup. And the least friction we do, maybe the more frequently we can do this for you guys. Let us know if it's something you even want, you know. It kind of... It helps us with the direction. I mean,
well, I think it's also an alternative way of consuming trials. Because what can you do at the moment? Like years ago, you would log on to Trials Forum and you would see whatever the new topics were that evening. So maybe you'd go on in the evening and find it. Now it's just sort of scrolling Instagram, which isn't too bad, but sometimes you do come away just feel like you just scrolling, it doesn't really feel like you're engaging too much with the content.
I
So
have
that's-
to stop myself from scroll. Like I have to use an app to tell me. I'm going, oh my goodness, because from what I would consider, we consider ourselves sort of creators.
Yep.
To be a creator, you have to be a consumer.
Which it shouldn't be that way, because it's like fundamentally most of the accounts I follow on Instagram are trials accounts. You would think I could just have Instagram set up just for trials, but that's not the case.
No, well,
you get bombarded with other stuff.
I'm quite fortunate that obviously I help run the Shin Dig and my personal. That's how I have it separated for me.
But you'll still get ads in between.
Exactly that. It's kind of as much control as you think you have.
Yeah.
You generally don't. You're drawn in. We are victims of our own mind.
You'll have a message on there that's not related to like the content you want to watch. You can't just like go back and just put Zoo Video 32 on or something. Like
it's not the same. Well, we used to before we go riding. Yeah. It was ritual for me and especially me and James. So like, oh, what video should we watch for breakfast? And it's like, I don't do that anymore.
No, but I can't. Like, there's less of an archive or less of a kind of like a time capsule of trials now. It's so ephemeral and just we make good content. There is great clips and reels out there, but you scroll past them. Other than the odd like real gnarly gap or real gnarly crash, like I can mention like the Thomas Peckhacker one where he gaps the front and he just goes straight through the bars and lands on top of the tree stump.
Buckle.
Yeah. It's quite hard to kind of chart it and remember it and go, oh, that was that video. Like I can still remember like the Neil videos, like when he went from Zoo Pitbull to Adamant. And there was that bit at the end of the video where it's like, oh my God, what's coming next? Oh my God, he's going to Adamant. And
do we think it's the type of content that we are consuming now as a collective? Not saying like trials riders, but like what's put out there. Because what's funny is, Instagram was like just pictures. We were like, forum. We were like, videos. We watch videos. Whereas because Instagram is this kind of short thing, it's like any video that's above 2 minutes. It's like a different way of consuming.
Oh, yeah, it's not built for that platform.
Right, yeah. Purely like when we make trial videos, we actually aim for them for you to watch them on the TV.
Yeah.
Like I don't make those edits or anything like that for you to watch 20 minutes on your phone. I hate that.
No, yeah, definitely.
I personally don't. I can't even watch Netflix on my phone.
Well, viewership on TV of YouTube has overtaken mobile usage now. It's actually got more viewership than Netflix for a TV. YouTube has.
There you go. I mean, if Tom didn't... sorry.
That's what I learned in Texas. So.
That's what I was trying to get to. I will get better in English one day. Tom, actually, you went to the US of A, Texas, for your second time ever, and this year.
Wow, yeah.
You went to a YouTube summit.
Yeah, so I learned.
Do you want to maybe try and fill us in a little bit about what you kind of learned from that? We know you do another YouTube channel, but we're talking about the trials. What could you bring to that kind of you learned?
Like it brings to trials. Well, there's always like a place for it. There's always an audience for it, and there's quite a unique audience in trials, I would say. There's obviously a good age range of people. That's basically the lens I've been looking through at the moment is making content for an audience. And the better you can understand that, the better content you can make. It's a bit like you saying, make stuff for TVs. Because if most people like to sit down and watch a longer edit on the TV, then you make it with that objective in mind. You have an idea of like, where do they watch it? Do they watch it as a pre-ritual before going out on their bike?
Yeah,
or do they watch it in
the
dinner evening afterwards? Yeah. We would do that sometimes. We'd come back and watch. Well, we used to come back and we'd edit videos after we'd been on a ride.
Yeah, my brain can't do that now.
Well, I think it's because it wasn't really much of an expectation. Really, it was kind of like it was more of a hobby. And then once there is like you're doing it every week now. That's then where there's this level of sabotage like almost to it.
I might add, if you can weirdly hear jazz music going on in the background, the one night that we decide to do another podcast, there's a band practice happening in our house.
No, we're just in a jazz club, mate. We need some cigars and some smoking jackets.
Oh, I would love that, actually. Just in case, I just realised there I can hear some guys singing downstairs, and they're like, "Everybody wants to be a cat." Sorry, my tangenting off there. So yeah, you went to the YouTube Summit, learnt a little bit, and obviously now you're going to try and bring that to...
Oh, there's just 1,000,001 different things to iterate on, At the same time, I wanted to go sit in a corner and cry because it's like, I've got a lot of work ahead of me on my own personal YouTube channel that's related to my work and stuff I do here in London. On the other side of it, it's quite exciting that there is a lot of things you can do to, the growth is. I thought there would be a growth ceiling on it, but it just shows you it can just keep going and going and going. And I think there's plenty of room for trials riders to do that. Obviously, we've nagged Mr. Burton to start his trials channel.
Is Andre starting a YouTube?
It's gone now. Man. It's gone now.
I think it's gone, but I wonder if he'll listen back to this.
But yeah, plenty of other trials riders. Diego from Italy. He's surpassed 100,000 subscribers. You've got Ali C as well. Really want Ali C to just pop out content. But at the end of the day, when you do get into these grinds and it is an obligation to do it, it can be quite difficult to.
Yeah. It's. I can't relate. Obviously, you relate much more than I do. But it's that sense where suddenly you feel accountable, and then people are asking me like, "Why aren't there more podcasts? Why haven't we got more of this?" And then I feel like I'm letting people down. But then I'm trying to do other commitments. I do have a full-time job, and so we're spinning plates, mate.
Yeah,
spinning all these plates. I guess in that fortunate manner of that self is like we are in a position where we've just said like this, like, oh, quick, let's just sit down, let's have a chat.
Let's just build a stack of undeniable proof. Just do it. Actions speak louder than words. Anyway, right, wrapping this up because I think we're kind of at the end of our little tangent.
I think so. It was a nice little tester. This could be goddamn awful for all we know. But if you liked it and wanted to, just let us know.
It's a different form of media, mate. No one else is on the podcast doing trials. Like, it's not like we're hijacking anyone's attention away from Instagram or YouTube.
Yeah, maybe
this is an additional little boost for the trials community.
Yeah, and maybe it's something if we did do short ones, we can do these sort of debriefs of what happened in the week of trials or whatnot. I'm not sure yet.
Submit your topics, email. It's all on the Shin Dig Media website, shindigmedia.com, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure the email's there, or just message us on Instagram. And don't forget there are ways you can support us too. Well, yeah, there's new merch. There's some new items on there. There's a collaboration coming up with Mind Control. The samples are on their way.
Cool.
We've got a T-shirt, but that will be exclusive. There'll be 50 T-shirts, and that's it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
so you're supporting two channels in two creators in one hit. Yeah.
Exactly that. And that goes to support Charlie as well, because obviously Mind Control supports that. And then our riders like James Nershaw and Andre and these people and Steve, who we want them to progress as well. And we want to be able to support them. And maybe one last time, go buy a hashtag T-shirt.
Yeah,
go buy a hashtag T-shirt.
The Bouffiers edition. I think there's some Bouffiers rocks on the back.
Yeah, I'll do another little spin. Oh God, I've not even had it. Honestly, absolutely love this. Like, off colour, this design. Maybe we should be doing a collab with them.
Well, anyway, till the next time. Stay tuned for the live streams. Just check out all the updates and what's going on. Thank you for tuning in. Peace out.
See you. Bye.